Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today started out as just another peaceful hike through the dense forest trails. The sun was filtering through the canopy and the air was fresh with the scent of damp earth. I was focused on the path ahead, enjoying the sounds of birds and the gentle rustle of the wind. Little did I know, I was about to have one of the most intense encounters of my life right beneath my feet, changing the mood of this walk in a split second. I want you to take a look at the ground here. At first glance, it looks like a typical forest floor, covered in fallen leaves, twigs, and patches of moss. It's the perfect environment for many creatures to hide. Nature has a way of blending life together so seamlessly that if you aren't paying extreme attention, you'll miss the most dangerous things hidden in plain sight. I was walking quite quickly, not really expecting any surprises today, assuming the path was clear. Suddenly, I felt a strange instinctual pull to stop. You know that feeling when the hair on the back of your neck stands up? I paused mid-stride, my left foot hovering just inches above a pile of dried brown leaves. At first, I couldn't see anything out of the ordinary. I scanned the area, trying to figure out why my body had reacted so strongly. That's when I saw a slight movement, a tiny flicker that didn't match the wind or the falling leaves. My eyes finally adjusted, and my heart skipped a beat. There, perfectly camouflaged against the oak leaves, was a large snake. Its scales mimicked the patterns of the forest floor so perfectly that it was practically invisible to the untrained eye. I realized my boot was less than 4 inches away from its head. If I had taken just one more step, I would have stepped directly onto it, and things would have ended very differently. The camouflage was truly nature's masterpiece. I froze completely, barely daring to breathe. I knew that any sudden movement could trigger a defensive strike. The snake was coiled, its body tense and ready to spring at a moment's notice. You can see the intricate diamond patterns and the way its scales catch the light ever so slightly. It was watching me just as closely as I was watching it. In that moment, time seemed to slow down, and the only thing I could hear was the sound of my own heavy breathing. Look at the shape of that head. It's broad and triangular, a classic sign of many venomous species in this region. Its eyes were fixed on me, unblinking and intense. The way it was coiled suggested it was in a defensive posture, not necessarily hunting, but definitely protecting its space. It's incredible how something so powerful can remain so hidden until it's almost too late. I was lucky my instincts kicked in when they did, or I would be in a hospital right now. As I stood there, the snake let out a soft hiss and adjusted its coil ever so slightly. The movement was fluid and terrifyingly fast. It shifted its head, angling toward my ankle. I could see its tongue flicking out, tasting the air to sense my presence and my heat. This is the moment where most people panic and try to run, but that's the worst thing you can do. You have to remain calm and assess the distance between you and the threat to plan your next move. I slowly started to shift my weight back to my other foot, keeping my balance as steady as possible. Every millimeter mattered in this situation. I kept my eyes locked on the snake, watching for any sign of a strike. It was a test of patience and nerves. The proximity was staggering. I've been around wildlife for years, but having a predator this close, especially one that is so well armed with venom, really puts things into perspective about who truly rules the wild areas we explore. Based on the markings, this appears to be a local species known for being quite reclusive, but very defensive if stepped on. They aren't out to get humans, but they will protect themselves if they feel threatened or cornered. Their camouflage isn't just for hunting, it's their primary defense mechanism to avoid being seen by larger animals. Unfortunately for hikers like us, that means we have to be doubly careful where we place our feet, especially when off the main beaten path. If you ever find yourself in this situation, the key is freeze and retreat. Don't scream, don't jump, and definitely don't try to poke it with a stick or throw things at it. Most bites happen when people try to interact or kill the snake. If you give them a clear exit path and back away slowly, they will almost always choose to escape rather than fight. Respecting their space is the best way to ensure both you and the snake stay safe and go home unharmed. I managed to take several slow steps backward until I was a safe distance away. Only then did I feel the adrenaline truly hit my system. My hands were shaking a little as I looked back at the spot where the snake was lying. Even from just 6 feet away, it was once again nearly impossible to spot. It's a humbling reminder that nature is always present, even when we think we're alone on a simple trail walk. Safety should always be your #1 priority in the great outdoors. That was definitely a closer call than I expected today. It goes to show that you should always stay alert and stay on the marked paths whenever possible. I'm just glad I could share this moment with you all safely and highlight the beauty and danger of these incredible creatures. If you enjoyed this heart-pounding encounter and want to see more wildlife adventures, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Stay safe out there, keep your eyes open, and I'll see you in the next video.